Psalm 45, my dear brothers and sisters, is unlike any other. It's a song of celebration, a poetic composition to a royal wedding that lifts our eyes to the beauty of the king and the honor of the bride. This psalm is a masterpiece of imagery and praise. It speaks not only to an earthly king, but points us towards a greater reality, a glimpse into the splendor of Christ, our King, and the church, his bride. The first section, we'll see a heart overflowing. The psalm begins with the poet's heart overflowing with a noble theme. There's a sense of excitement and of joy bubbling over. Psalms 45:1 reads, "My heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verses for the King. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer." This isn't just a cold recitation of facts. It's a passionate outpouring of praise. The psalmist is captivated by the beauty and majesty of the King. When was the last time our hearts overflowed with such passion for our King Jesus? When did we last find ourselves so taken by his majesty that we couldn't help but to speak of his greatness? Yes, the King and his splendor. Verses 2-9 paint a picture of the King in all his glory. Beginning Psalm 45:2 reads, "You are the most excellent of men, and your lips have been anointed with grace since God has blessed you forever." This isn't just any king. His beauty, strength, and righteousness are unmatched. He's a warrior king riding out in truth, humility, and justice. He's a victorious king whose reign is eternal, whose scepter is one of justice. Psalms 45:6 reads, "Your throne, O God, will last forever and ever. A scepter of justice will be the scepter of your kingdom." This royal figure transcends the boundaries of an earthly king. This is a vision of Christ, the King of Kings. Jesus is the one anointed with the oil of joy, the one who loves righteousness and hates wickedness. He is the one whose throne is eternal, whose rule is just and true. As we read these verses, our hearts should be stirred by the splendor of Christ. We are reminded that our King is not distant or disinterested. He is righteous, just, and full of grace. He fights for truth and leads with humility. This is the King we serve, one who is both mighty and merciful, just and loving. The next section we see the bride's beauty. As the psalm moves from the king to the bride, the imagery shifts to one of preparation and beauty. 45:10-11. Listen, daughter, and pay careful attention. Forget your people and your father's house. Let the king be enthroned by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. The bride is called to leave behind her former life and to focus entirely on her new identity, like us, our identity in Christ. She is to forget her people and her father's house because she now belongs to the King. This is a picture of the church, the bride of Christ. We are called to leave behind the things of this world, to let go of our past allegiance, and to embrace our identity as the beloved of Christ. Notice how the King is enthralled by your beauty. This isn't a beauty we create or earn on our own. It's a beauty that comes from being adorned in Christ's righteousness. The King delights in his bride, not because of anything she has done, but because of who she is to him. What a powerful reminder. This is for us as believers. Our worth, our beauty, our identity is found in Christ. He sees us as his precious bride, adorned with the garments of salvation, radiant in his love. We don't have to strive to earn his love. We simply need to embrace his love and who he is to us. A legacy that endures. This psalm concludes with the vision of a lasting legacy. Your sons will take the place of your fathers. You will make them princes throughout the land. I will perpetuate your memory through all generations. Therefore, the nations will praise you forever and ever. That's Psalms 45, 16 through 17. This speaks to the enduring impact of the king's reign and the legacy of the bride. The union between the king and his bride results in a lasting legacy, one that continues through generations. As the church, we are part of this legacy. We are called to carry forward the memory of Christ, to make him known to all generations. This is our great privilege and responsibility. As the bride of Christ, we are called to reflect his beauty, to live in the fullness of our identity in Christ, and to pass on the message of his love and grace to those who come after us. A wedding worth celebrating. Listen, Psalm 45 invites us to this wedding, a royal celebration that points us to the ultimate union between Christ and his church. It's a reminder of the beauty of our King and the honor of being his bride. As we meditate on this psalm, let our hearts overflow with praise for the one who is worthy of all our worship. Let us embrace our identity as his beloved, knowing that he is enthralled by our beauty, and let us live out the legacy of his love for all generations to come. This is the Poetic One, yours in Christ Jesus. If you liked, enjoyed, please hit that thumbs up and share with somebody else. Let's get the message out that they may come to the feast and a wedding that's worth celebrating. God bless. Peace.